Flylady Diane here. It is Friday, which is three things today. First of all, I'm dressed to shoes, but I'm not in my indoor shoes today. I've got my sandals on. It's actually sunny here, if you can see that. Woohoo! Can you see that? There we go. Anyway, Friday, first thing, if you have a car, you may want to tank with petrol. Make sure you do that once a week. I only have to do it once every second week because I use my bike a lot, but that's the first thing you'll want to do. And then you will also want to make sure when you are filling up with petrol that you take any trash out of the car, fold up blankets, if you've got any crisp packets in there, juice cans, put them all in a bag and get rid of those. I have some things here for the recycling centre and for the charity shop, so that's where I am heading now. And once you've got the car tidied up about, you may want to even consider giving your car a quick vacuum. I'm actually here at the recycling centre, and we have this really cool recycling centre which was designed by an architect, and he based it on the Millennium Falcon of all things. So for Star Wars fans, this is the place to come. But once you get rid of your recycling stuff, they actually have a vacuum centre and where you can wash your hands and get rid of junk. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give the car a quick vacuum and just keep it looking nice. And then we'll get on to the next stage of Friday. So that was the car part of what you do on the basic weekly plan for Friday. And you might say, well, why do I need to do this and keep my car always up to date? Because you never know when suddenly you're going to have an emergency and you need to get out in the car in the middle of the night. It's happened to me when my son was about 3 or 4, had to be hospitalised. I've also been the first on the scene at a car accident. I was going up to pick up my daughter from a school camp, and myself and one of the other mums, we were first on the scene at an accident. And I was so thankful that actually I had cleaned up my car the Friday before, because I had, once we got the people out of the kind of smoking wreck, the lady, she could come and sit in my car until the ambulance arrived. I had actually had some coffee with me, and I had a bottle of water. I had some blankets in the car. She was in a state of shock. So you never know when you're going to need to use your car, and that's why we just like to keep it filled up, and also so it's nice for you, so that, if somebody asks you, can you give me a lift, you don't need to be ashamed and say, oh, I can't, because your car is a mess. Anyway, that was it for the car on Basic Weekly Plan Friday. The next part is your purse, or as we call it in British English, your handbag. And I have to tell you, when I first started Flylady, I saw this clean out your purse on Friday. And a purse for us is where you keep your money. And I was thinking, wow, that didn't take me long, and I'm going to do my handbag as well. I didn't realise that what she meant was, this is what we're cleaning out, the whole thing. So I'm just going to show you what I do. Errand day is Thursday, so I've got some receipts in here, and I'm just going to show you what I have in my little bag. And I've even got a smaller model than this that I use when I am on my bike going into town, but I'll show you what I usually have in my bag. You may have a handbag or a purse that's much larger. Don't worry, all we do is we just take everything out, just spend a few minutes, and you might want to set a timer, because once, it's like going into the TARDIS in here. It's bigger on the inside, and you might find a lot of strange things. Anyway, I've got my wallet, as you call it, purse, and in here I just have my Visa card, my train card for the Danish subway system and buses, and I have a donor card in case anything should happen to me. They can use any parts that they want. I've also got pictures of the kids, and I also carry around a little thing to show you how to do heart massage. I've been on various courses for doing first aid, but never hurts to have that there, just in case I kind of panic, if I ever need to help anybody, I've got that in there. So that is basically my purse. And you will see that in Denmark, I don't carry cash. Everything that we do, we can buy with our cards, and it's contactless machines that we have most places. And even buying, a sausage, a hot dog, you can do that. I can use my telephone if I don't have my wallet with me. I can even use my telephone to pay for things. So I don't have a coin purse. So that's it for my wallet. And then I have my little shopping bag, always ready to go, because you have to pay for shopping bags in Denmark. We try and keep the number of plastic bags down, and we recycle a lot. So that's my little shopping bag. And then that's just cover for my sunglasses, which I'm finally able to wear. Hooray, hooray. And what else? That is, I make a lot of electronic lists, but sometimes I just like to write things down with a good old-fashioned, old school styles with a Z, with paper and pencil. So that was my notes for today. And I will check those at the end of the day and put onto my electronic list. A couple of tissues, one will go in the bin and one will be kept. Let me see how many lipsticks. Uno, dos, tres. Okay, not bad. 3 lipsticks. I actually only need to wear 1. The other 2 will go back in the bathroom. And what I'm doing here is I'm just putting things to one side that are going back into the bag, and on the other side I put things that are going in the recycling, going in another place in the house, or in the rubbish, in the trash. Powder compact. This is a little kind of purse thing, a little thing that I bought when we were in Tokyo, and I just liked the look of it as it was dainty. And in there I keep some sweets and a nail file. What else have I got in there? A little tiny thing of perfume if I want to freshen up during the day. You never know what you're going to need. So that goes in there. And I've also got chewing gum, and that can go in my little extras bag. Alright, and I've got a couple of receipts, and those will go in my office along with bank statements. I check those once a month, first of the month. I've also got some store cards here. I won't show you numbers or anything. Luckily, most of our store cards, loyalty cards in Denmark, most of them now are available on an app. So you don't have to carry these things around any longer. But those are going to go back into one of my kitchen drawers. That's where I keep all those and any kind of coupons. And another receipt. And this is one of my favorite gadgets. It is a Swiss card. It's called a Swiss card. The Swiss Army knives. They made a little card, and I think it's just fantastic. You've got a little sharp knife in there, good for cutting up apples if you're out on a picnic. A mini pair of scissors. And you know what? This thing has saved me so many times. I was out at a nursery, a plant school, buying plants with a friend, and she got a spale in her finger from one of the tubs there, and there we go. I had a little pair of, what do you call them? Pincette, I can't even remember English words today. Anyway, tweezers, tweezers. And there's even a tiny little, if I can get it out, there's, a pin, a little pin. And there's a light on it and a magnifying glass, and also, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a screwdriver, 4 different heads, so you can even, if you've got one of those tiny kids' toys and you need to get into the back of it, you're always prepared. I used to be in the Scouts and the Guides and the Venture Scouts, so I like that, being prepared. And you know what, I've bought so many of these for friends of mine, and they've all loved them. It's just the same size as a credit card, so that stays in my bag, except when I'm traveling I always need to remember and take it out, because of course it contains scissors and we don't want that going through security. So that's going back in the bag. And what else? I've got a small pen and another pencil. I like my pencils. And then on the front of the bag I always carry a a fig fruit stick, because I eat those quite a lot. I've got a really high metabolism. I eat all the time, all through the day. So I always carry one of those. My headset, that's really great. Even, you know, when I phone mum in Scotland, I can phone mum and I can be hanging out the washing and doing, you know, doing a mission in a room and chatting to mum at the same time. So I love my little headset. Or for listening to music when I'm out doing some work in the garden, instead of having big headphones that get caught up and stuff. And the other thing I have is, oh, this is another thing that I bought in Tokyo. It cost like 70 pence, which is less than $1, I think. And it's one of those things that you can put it onto the table. I don't know if you can see that there. And you can hang your handbag on the table so that it's never out of your sight. I once had my handbag stolen about 30 years ago in a nightclub. So now I never let my handbag out of my sight. Never put it on the back of a chair in a cafe. I've always got it within eyeshot. So there we are. It's my little hanger. And in the very front pocket, I've got some tissues and a comb. Oh, I heard a noise there. I thought somebody was coming in, but I'm all alone. Right, so that is basically it for the handbag. I'm going to put all of these things back in. And I can see I've been talking for almost 9 minutes, but usually it doesn't take me much time to sort through this. It was because I was having to explain it all. But you see how that works? That way we're only carrying the necessary things around with us. And you know, if you've got a receipt for something and you need to take the item back, you know where the receipt is. It's with, you know, your things in the office or wherever you keep your office stuff. So there we are, that's what I need for later. And then the last part of Friday is called, let me move you back a bit so nobody's worrying about me getting my head cut off. The last part of Friday is date night. Now that doesn't really work, Friday night doesn't work for my husband and I because at the end of a long working week we're actually quite happy to stay in, or we may be on our way to our summer, our weekend cabin. But if you can get out with your significant other, or if you don't have a significant other, do something for yourself or do something with a good friend or with the family. And it's just a time to kind of relax, talk, you know, just take 10, 15 minutes for yourself, watch a good movie. The thing that I like to do for my husband and for the kids is that Friday night, you know, we normally watch something on the television and I try and buy their favourite snacks, their favourite drinks, and, you know, just be good to ourselves. You know, you may be on a diet the rest of the week, but you know, you can go ahead and have some Toblerone on a Friday night or whatever it is that you like. So I think that's what I covered. I think I've covered everything. Friday in the Flyladies Basic Weekly Plan is clean out your car and fill it up with petrol. Tidy out your handbag, your purse. If you don't use a handbag or a purse, you know, go ahead, check your you've maybe got a baby changing bag, you maybe have a school bag. Get the kids on a Friday afternoon as soon as they come home from school to go through that school bag. There may be water bottles in there, there may be packed lunches which are beginning to ferment, there may be you know, forms needing filled in or homework to be looked over. So everybody's just got to check their bag. You may also have a sports bag, a gym bag that you dumped when you came home and thought you were going to put your smelly gym stuff in the wash and forgot about it. Let's do this on a Friday because that way we can, you know, close down for the weekend. As I've told you before, I don't want you spending the whole weekend on different projects and having things in your head. We're just going to, you know, start to wind down. If you've got anything in your head, write it down on a piece of paper, a pencil, and say, you know what, I'm going to get to that Monday or next week. And I think that was about it. And you may be saying, why do I have to do this on a certain day of the week? Well, as I've said before, you know, the Flylady program is optional and I am not your mother. These are just suggestions that we're making. But all too often when we don't have a kind of purpose for each day or a day that we do specific things, we either put it off or we forget to do it. So that's why we've just got to keep these things on the radar. And by doing it once a week, it just becomes a habit and you will be doing it automatically. You know, when I come home on Friday afternoon, I look at my purse, it doesn't take many minutes and it's done. And you just have that feeling of, I'm in control. And that's what I want for you. I want that feeling of not being overwhelmed, but that you are in control. So I'm going to wrap it up because, you know, Friday and we all want to get doing things and enjoy ourselves. So that was it for me. Flylady Diane, beautiful sunny Copenhagen in wonderful Denmark. And I won't see you probably over the weekend because I try and keep my weekends free without my head stuck down the internet. So I shall see you on Monday morning. And I'm putting together a winter bathing video for you because I know everybody's interested in this mad winter bathing that the Danes do. So I shall probably be working on that. It might come the weekend, otherwise it'll be there next week. So Flylady Diane, live long and prosper, have a great weekend and see you very soon. Bye for now.